Hello and welcome to my channel Let's Learn Psychology. Today I'm going to introduce one of my favorite book, Flow, written by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. He's a famous Hungarian psychologist, also known for his pioneer work in positive psychology. While writing about this book, New York Times says it's a classic work on happiness. The subheading of the book is Classic Work on How to Achieve Happiness. So flow and happiness, they are very much close related. Or you can say flow is another word for happiness. But happiness, we cannot leave it for chance. We can do it on our own. We can achieve it with our own effort. That is the great thing in this book. So to achieve happiness, what we think, if we construct a big house, we will be happy. If we clear certain examinations, we will be happy. If we have certain bank balance, so many zeros in our account, we will be happy. So if you read this book, you will understand happiness is something that is not dependent on all these things. If you are whether you are young or old, you are rich or poor, you are single or you are with a life partner, whatever may be the condition, you can achieve happiness. So how? That is the question. So this book tells us how to achieve happiness in a very detailed manner. I am going to bring series of videos about this book. Let me give you some brief introduction about how to achieve happiness that is given in this book in a very short manner. According to this book, happiness can be achieved one with the body. So making use of our body, we can achieve happiness. How? Like you are a sportsman, you are performing a certain game, certain skills you are learning. While learning those skills, while bringing them in practice, you will achieve happiness. Like in this book, example is given as Olympic performers, sports performers. They are aiming always for better performance than the earlier. They are competing with themselves. They are competing with their own weaknesses. That competition gives them happiness. So one example. Then with body, like your senses, like your eyes. If you see a beautiful picture, that gives you flow. You can be immersed in watching great paintings. That can be a part of flow. That can bring you flow. With your ear, listening to great music. I personally listen to A.R. Rahman. So while listening to that music, we forget many all other things like time, sense, and space. So that state itself is called as happiness. There are people who like classical music. While listening to the classical music, they forget themselves and this concept called time and space. That is happiness. That is the flow state. So this is body, that is performance of our own, reaching our own limits or crossing our own limits by running, jumping, sports, etc., and listening to the music and watching a painting, a beautiful work of art. Then one more thing, taste. For taste, I invite you all, whether you are from India or abroad, please taste our Indian variety of foods. While tasting that food, you will forget yourself. That can give you a glimpse of flow, that happiness, state of happiness. Okay, while doing all these things, you will not realize that you are putting any effort. Like even in sports, they are doing a lot of hard work, but they don't feel like they are doing hard work. That is one of the feature of this flow state. Okay, then comes, what about thought? Thought, you read good books. When we read good books, we forget ourselves. Let me tell you one example from my own life. When I was a small kid, I was reading. Uh, there were some 50 to 60 story books I borrowed from my friend, and I was reading. So what happened while reading, I was in hall and a cow entered in my house, and crossing that hall it entered kitchen, and it ate all that food prepared, and I only realized when my mother started shouting at me. This actually happened with me. This is why this topic is very close to my heart. I experienced this feeling, and I always advise my students to get involved in what you are doing. That is modern day meditation, in my opinion. It is modern day meditation. We are no longer sitting in a forest and doing meditation for hours. We are living in this practical world, competitive practical world. But this, if you achieve this flow state, believe me, you are doing meditation. You will get most of the benefits that anybody gets from meditation. Okay, we will come to the thought part is over. Thought in the sense reading or discussing or listening to podcasts, good podcasts that can also take you to state of flow. Then we'll talk about how to achieve it with work. Work, whatever may be the work you are doing, it can be as small as it can be small or it can be big. I have seen a pani puri seller in a flow state and in a happiest more state while doing his work, then people who are getting more than 2 lakh salary per month. So that happiness is not dependent on money, which is that is what I have seen many a times. So whatever may be your work, if you enjoy your work, if you are improving every day in your work, if you are taking the challenges and then improving yourself and slowly increasing your ability to perform better, that in that work, whatever the work may be, you will achieve the state of happiness, the state of flow. So you can realize with this discussion, we can understand that flow is not dependent on health or age or money. So health is in our mind. How we are doing it is the real thing, how we are utilizing it. We will discuss this beautiful discussion, we will continue it in coming videos. Only if you like, share and subscribe and comment whether you liked it or not.